hi, I'm Drew Prohibition. I've been nominated by John Moran to take the ALS challenge, and I'd like to send a heartfelt fuck you to John for putting me up to this challenge. In all honesty, I really don't care for these internet fundraising challenges. And although I do feel that these internet sensations can help and raise awareness for these causes, I think they really do little in providing money to help back them up. I mean, let's face it. The average person does the Ice Bucket Challenge for one reason. They go on Facebook and they see they're tagged in a post where some friend of theirs is dumping ice water on their head. So then they go out, they get a bag of ice, bring it home, put it in the water, let it sit for a while they crack a few beers, and then they have some asshole friend record them dumping the water on their head. And then they put it on Facebook, and then they tag 5 more assholes to do the same thing. Well, I mean, that's all well and good, but in the end, where does that leave the ALS Association? I'd be honestly willing to wager that the average person that's doing the Ice Bucket Challenge doesn't even know what ALS stands for, nor what it really means or does to people. After I was tagged, I thought to myself, well, this is a good opportunity. I could advocate for ALS, and I could show you how to donate money. Or you could dump water on your head, whatever the fuck you want. First, let me tell you a little bit about ALS.
ALS stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and is also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. It is considered a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects the motor neurons in the brain and the spinal cord. ALS affects either the upper motor neurons, lower motor neurons, or both. Upper motor neurons are the motor neurons in the brain, while the lower neurons are in the spinal cord. ALS affects a person's ability to voluntarily move. Normally, a movement signal would start from the brain, travel to the spinal cord, and then reach the muscles to cause a movement. By compromising either the upper motor neurons, the lower motor neurons, or both, voluntary muscle movement fails. Results of motor neuron degeneration starts with muscle weakness and twitching of the hands or feet. As the nerve cells degenerate further, a person's muscles will begin to atrophy from disuse, causing paralysis. Speech impairment and trouble swallowing and chewing can also occur, thus leading to an unhealthy drop in weight. Advanced cases of ALS can cause difficulty breathing, forcing the patient onto a ventilator. Eventually, the patient will die, usually due to respiratory failure. It's hard to say what the scariest part of ALS is. It could be the fact that life expectancy after onset of ALS symptoms usually lasts about 3 to 5 years. It could also be the fact that ALS currently has no known cure. Finally, it could be the fact that although 20% of ALS cases stem from genetics and familial causes, 80% of cases are sporadic. That means we have no idea why those 80% contracted ALS. In fact, there is no test for ALS. Diagnosis of ALS usually depends on observing the symptoms and ruling out every other possibility. This also makes preventative care very limited because we have no idea what we should be preventing. Still, there are 5,600 new cases of ALS every year, and about 30,000 cases nationwide at any given point. With no known cure, it's one of the most lethal diseases out there.
After diagnosis, the average life expectancy is under 1,000 days. It's fucking crazy what this disease does to people. But you can help, and it's really easy. Let me show you how you can donate in under 30 seconds. Okay, maybe more like a minute, but check this out. Using your favorite web browser, visit the alsa.org website. Click the donate button, fill out all the pertinent information, and then click complete donation. So easy a caveman can do it. But for everybody else, are you fucking happy?